do this.
Hi, this is Dave, and welcome to Equities Story. I'm with the wonderful Wolf, and behind me, the great Donald Trump. Yeah, you love him, Wolfie. I know you do. Especially, Wolfie's still feeling very sick, everybody, and nothing cheers Wolfie up than looking at Dave and Donald Trump together. Look, the hand. Go. What?
I thought Monday is going to be a good start. We had a good finish on the weekend on the Nasdaq and the Dow. And what did I come up with? The worst thing that can probably happen is seeing Trump. Thank you very much.
Man, he's coming back. He's coming back, Wolfie.
Oh,
what?
God. Give us all hope.
Anyway, it's a woke world. He might come back in a dress. You never know. It could be more interesting. What?
He'll do whatever it takes to probably come in. Even if he has to change everything that he stood for before.
Oh, so biased. Anyway, Equity Story is TradeWatch's general share advice and not personal.
Mm-hmm.
And right, Wolf. Let's have a look. So, you know what, Wolf? I'm so glad you put BOE. I saw your Wolf's wrap, and man, you know it's got it all, hasn't it? Breakout, uranium going higher. One of the better uranium stories, and I agree with you. That's why I completely copied you and put it as my hot stock. And I'm unashamedly not going to apologize, because at the end of the day, the hot stock is always about looking at the best theme and the best stock. And unfortunately, you picked it, and so did I.
Imitation is the best form of flattery. Thank you.
And by the way, those of you, and I've got to try and move your Wolf's wrap somewhere. Well, Wolf's wrap is the best thing I think we've ever had on Equity Story. So it's up there. You've got to click on it. Wolfie's wrap is great. It's very funny, amusing reading, and some interesting ideas there. So let's go. All right, Wolf. Let's talk about WA1.
Yeah.
So you said this could go a lot higher. It does look like it's going a lot higher. Could it still go a lot higher?
Yes. Results today, I think now pretty much not guarantee, but put a rubber stamp on this is a fantastic discovery, the highest grade niobium. And now what I saw as well, Dave, titanium grades, unbelievable. So you've got a mixture of interesting metals in there, critical metals. Small market, by the way, but still interesting, and possibly, if they keep going at this rate, keep hitting those hits, and if they have the money to develop all this is going to be probably the single best niobium mine globally, right? If they can do this, they can pull it off. So for me, this has got higher written all over it.
And Wolfie, obviously titanium, I know we use it for like obviously dental stuff and teeth and stuff. What do we use?
I'm glad you asked. I've prepared my little spiel.
Go on.
So I went through because I wanted to just see how big the market is. What actually uses. Predominantly, it's actually used in the steel industry, right? So that's the big thing about it, which is quite interesting. And for me, the steel industry is very, very important. And when you look at it, it uses in other critical applications, the new age type stuff with the building renewable energies and so on. So for me, it is a new age metal, right? Even small in nature when it uses it, it is still a very, very, very interesting metal. Nonetheless, possibly you could see it getting higher and higher in demand. So for me, when I look at the market dynamics of it, it's positioned in that same space that some of the other stuff that all the big companies are going about. Oh, let's look at, for example, lithium, or look at nickel, because that's going to be used in the next stages of growth in the EV industry or renewables industry and so on. So I think niobium is in the same spot. However, very, very different, because it is a much smaller market for niobium. However, it's probably going to grow at a much faster rate than it did previously.
And it's used for niobium for magnets as well. Yeah, correct?
Yeah. So you've got applications still. Super alloys, superconducting magnets, capacitors, glass, and other applications. So that's the end industry. So I've got this here, right? This is quite an interesting article. Anyway, constructions, automotive and transportation, aerospace, defense, oil and gas, and other end user industries. So you can see quite critical.
All right. And the best, possibly the best discovery for a long time.
It looks like, absolutely. This looks like the best one I've seen ever. in this space. When I look at some of the other mines, this looks like the best.
Right. So hold on. If you're in it, hold on.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, of course, you've got to have your extra strategy, Dave. So please at least guide everyone who's holding it. And I know there's a few people. What's the exit strategy on this for them? But I would target the $10, to be honest, now.
You target $10.
Mm-hmm. But,
Oh.
not tomorrow, but over the next 12 months.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to put a stop on it, haven't you? Maybe you might say, well, if it goes below $5 at the end of the day, that'd be like maybe a sign that it's had a run for the moment.
Okay, so for the traders, $5, I like it. What about for the, say, 12 months? I think investors out there.
You'd use that 340 level, wouldn't you?
Okay.
As long as it holds trend, you'd be happy.
Okay, sounds good.
Actually, funny. Look at that price action on the daily. That looks like it's going to have another run up to $8 tomorrow.
Well, that's good because I've just said $10 and I've just put my nuts on the line.
Well, if you look at that price action, right?
Yeah.
You can't get much more of a bullish price action than that. If it stays like that by the end of trade today, you'd think it's going to at least $7 tomorrow. You'd think it could go higher, wouldn't you? Okay,
would you be buying then today as well?
Well,
on the back of a 36% move. Like I said, these results are very, very strong.
Wolf, if it looked like that by the end of the day, I'm not buying it yet. By the end of the day, I could buy it with a stop loss at just under 6.
Lovely, sounds good.
But I'd have to wait till the end of trade today before I made that decision, right?
Okay. So at least everyone knows.
Yeah.
Please listen, watch the trade watch, everyone.
All right. Now, Maya, they've got a CEO is resigning.
Yep.
But listen, he hasn't done badly. He's taken it up for a nice little move and started to come off again with the rest of the retail. So again, another sign, Wolf. Hopefully, these interest rates are starting to these interest rate increases are starting to work a little bit. However, tomorrow is the big day, right?
Yeah, tomorrow I've got the rates decision by RBA. But you know what, Dave? However you want to call it, I still call it a little bit of luck. I mean, he joined at the right time. When we had the COVID, everyone was staying at home. It wasn't going that well, and all of a sudden, everyone's starting to come back to the shopping centers and so on. And this is obviously the sales are improving. I think it was just a bit of timing that was the really good thing. There's probably going, oh, let's go now. We're going down.
Well, life is about luck, isn't it?
It is. Look, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. The retail is just on the nose.
All right. Evolution. Sort of announcement today, but some pretty nice price action, Wolf. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, considering the actual gold wasn't great over the weekend.
No, it wasn't that.
And you know why? Because when you look through that presentation, and there was actually 2 parts of the presentation, there was like a million pages, right? You won't go through. So I flicked through them, and I found the most important things for me. And of course, that's guidance for next year, and how the mine's actually going. And you know what? There's all these mines that they've got. They've positioned themselves. So they've sold off all their short-term, non-core type stuff. So they've kept stuff that's going to be like 10 to 15, 20-year mine lives, right? With the possibility of improving, cutting the costs, growing the actual mine. So I like that strategy. So they're thinking long-term. So you can see from that point of view, investors are obviously very fickle. So they're going to be selling up and down on the gold price. But I think there's definitely a merit. If you're looking for the next gold price, gold stock, now that Newcrest is gone, I think EVN for the longer termers out there, believers in gold, is the way to go.
All right, and again, Wolf, it's important to say that the price action on the Dow was great, but there are issues, and the banks are in hock about $11 trillion to the commercial market sector in America now. $11 trillion is quite some money, and there could be a lot more banking shocks coming out over the next 6 months, which could be very supportive for the gold price.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I wonder how the actual gold price will play if we have a really good week on the market, right? Where you've got the Dow Jones pumping as well. This is just fascinating to see how this is all going to pan out for the next week.
No, it is interesting. Wolf, Elders. So they brought the CEO back. I mean, he's CEO leaves, boom, they bring him back. Is that going to bring the share price back up here?
Oh no, Dave, it's almost like they've buried the body. They go, we need to do something. Go and exhume the body. Pick it out. We need it back.
That's all right.
For something, please, because otherwise you're going to go to the $4. I mean, it smacks of desperation, really. I mean, everyone knows Mark Ellison's leaving, right? No point bringing him back now, just because they can't find another CEO. I'd just be, just keep looking. And I know short-term little bit of a going, oh yes, Ellison's back, but he's going to go probably within the next 12 months anyway. It's just smacks of desperation.
Anyway, it's a good time to negotiate a new contract, I'm sure.
They're probably going to pay him absolute millions and millions just for the 12 months.
Okay. All right. SND.
Yep.
Above trend. It's so lightly traded. It's hard to use the trend lines for it, Wolf. But did they put an announcement out today?
Yes, they did. They had a big contract win. I think with is it one of the big boys? I think BHP, wasn't it, or someone like that? So they had a very, very big contract win today. And I think, if you're still looking at a player that's above trend, I know lightly traded, but that keeps delivering the contract wins, not a bad play here, and it's not expensive either. So you've got that value, dividends, and on the up still. All
right, now Wolf, we're going to put a trade on today. PANW. This is a stock in America, and it's Palo Alto Networks, and the code is PANW. Now, the reason we like it is, firstly, it's got a breakout. It's got a lovely little chart. Big win for us. And if we're going to put a trade out, and there isn't much that's really tickled our fancy today in Australia, apart from obviously WA1 for those more high risk traders. But PANW is interesting. Now, tell us why, Wolf.
All right, so you've obviously set it up with your technicals. Definitely looks good, right? But it's the actual fundamentals that you think to yourself, hang on a second, let's look at this in more detail, because it's in two industries that are actually pumping at the moment. That's cybersecurity and AI. So the cybersecurity stuff is probably arguably the number one player, right, in this space. Second of all, AI. Now, a lot of companies these days are just trying to put AI next to the name because AI is hot. But these guys, if you look at them, they've worked on an AI. They've started this business of theirs, AI, 7 years ago. So they were way before anyone else even was talking about AI themselves, right? So for me, this is a fair dinkum AI player, and it's pretty much uses predictive artificial intelligence to ward off cybersecurity attacks. Very interesting technology, Dave. I think if you're going to be playing something, play something that's got two very strong themes going long term. You've got a good chart set up, and if I look at the actual brokers out there, you've got 44 brokers in America looking. So this is a big story, right? 44 brokers, 13 are strong buys, 25 are buys, and only 6 hold. You can see there's a lot of positive views. And the last thing to say about this PNW, upgrades, Dave. They've just had one. Okay, you've got a trifecta here. So hopefully it's not going to be just a flash in the pan, part of the pun.
All right, I like that, because we haven't been putting out enough American stuff recently, obviously, because the market is a little bit dodgy. And but PANW, cybersecurity and AI are US stock to buy.
It is profitable, right? By the way. So it's not one of those, US stocks that another bloody unprofitable US stocks that still might struggle. But no, this is actually profitable and growing at about 24 to 25%.
All right, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so a few ideas today. Obviously you're happy with that BOE, how it's trading. It's hopefully it'll go on a run and go retest under that 350 or 350.
Can we go and buy some uranium off the of the Russians or something, Dave, and then we maybe move the share price up of this?
Well, I don't know. Why would that move the share price up? You buying uranium?
Because that's probably all about the uranium price. So if we buy a bit of uranium from somewhere, it might push the price up.
No, it doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't. You just listen to Trump. He knows.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Hi, Trump.
PANW is a buy, worth looking at. Evolution, we're in it at the moment. Trend, good announcement. It's the preferred gold player in our market at the moment. WA1, Wolf thinks this could go to $10, but you know, if you're going to trade it, be careful, right? Because it's had a massive run. If you're going to trade it, you know, wait till the end of the day. If it looks like this, you know, put your stop just under $6, and you've got to have a tight stop on this type of price action. It's risky. And Wolf, my little Adobe trade is actually looking good. I think looking good. So yeah. Anyway, on that note, good price action on the markets. Let's just hope it's not ruined and tomorrow by the RBA. Now, Wolf, what's your verdict? Are they going to raise tomorrow or not?
Very interesting, because we saw some disturbing figures on the inflation front last week, right? Where we thought, if the inflation figures are okay, we're going to leave it on hold. And that's what they were saying in the RBA minutes. But I think that thrown everything out for me. Look, I'm thinking they're going to leave it on hold, right? I'm just going to say they're going to leave it. Just going to give it another week, another month, and see what happens. Even though we had a bit of a spike in inflation, and I think that was due to that excise in fuel. So leave it, but you know, if it's a surprise up, I think the market's probably going to tank again.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they're going, Wolf.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
I think they will go. I think they're nervous. They're not seeing a big enough slowdown. I think they're going to go.
okay.
On that, no, I hope they don't. Obviously,
Yeah.
but I think they will. On that note, Wolfie, always brilliant. Some really good ideas there as always. Thank you very much, Wolfie.
Time for bed.
What? Time for bed. Go Trump.
Oh God, no, please.
All right, see you, mate. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.